Hey, what's up? I'm gonna train legs, but today Thursday, next Saturday's the show, July 6th. Today's Thursday, so a week and a half. Prep sucks. It's a terrible thing. Today I'm gonna do legs. I'm gonna focus on glutes, but also quads. Mostly glutes, but because it's the last real week of training, trying to really hit my weak points before the show, just to kind of bring them up a little. I have decent energy right now, but as the workout progresses, you'll see how shitty it gets. I'm gonna start with this glute extension machine. There's two ways to do this. You could do either toe first or heel first. I'm going to do heel first because there's more focus on your glute with the heel. And then I'll do bridges, and then I'll do a bunch of quad stuff. And I'm gonna kind of ignore you now. This machine's kind of like rusty, so it sticks, but extra resistance. So what I'm doing specifically to really get like a great contraction, you'll see a lot of people just like do the motion like that. What I'm trying to do is do the motion, right? Have a full extension, but also as I'm doing the motion, I'm kind of arching my back more. So then I'm getting a full contraction on the glute, and the glute kind of ties in with your lower back and your your upper hamstring. So instead of just doing it like this, almost like a heroic pose, I feel like deeper contraction in the whole glute. Probably do 4 sets. I'm aiming for 10 reps, and that's usually what the whole workout today will consist of. Okay, time for more suck. I'm gonna do glute bridges. I don't usually do these, but maybe that's why my ass is slacking, because I don't usually do them. So I have to do them. I feel like one of those whack-ass Instagram hoes. This exercise is really hard for me because my hips are like really bony right now because I'm so lean. So it's not fun. I try to use a pad, but I look ridiculous, so bony hips it is. So now I'm gonna do some leg extensions. I'm done with glutes. I'm already tired. So with quads today, I'm really focusing on the teardrop here and the inner thigh. My outer's pretty good, so I'll kind of show you what I'm doing specifically to target those parts. Also, there's a heart rate monitor. You don't need it, but it's I just got it just to kind of have some data. It turns out when I do legs or back, I burn around 700 to 800 calories, which is pretty crazy, especially since right now I'm only eating 1600 calories a day. That's just for fun. I mainly use it to make sure when I'm doing cardio, since I have to do serious cardio now, I can't just do that walking shit anymore. When I'm doing cardio, I make sure my heart rate is above a certain range, and depending, so like today since I'm doing legs and it's such an intense workout, I'll do lighter cardio. But if it's a smaller day, what I've noticed is that when I'm doing something small like arms or chest, when it's a smaller day, I'll do harder cardio. So like today, I'll keep my heart rate above 120, and if it's because it's a heavy day training, and if it was a lighter day, I'd keep it above 135, something like that. And I'm only doing 30 minutes, but the difference in that is about 100-150 calorie difference. So I'm still burning a shit ton of calories in the gym, even on my lighter training days, which is why I feel like shit all the time. So you could say about 1,000 calories goes into training, and the other 600 is just for survival, which is really fun. I get to go home and just lay down and be stupid and angry and hungry. Not very fun. So for this part, the part I mentioned, when I come up, I'm coming up, but as I'm coming up, I'm coming out. So, you know, a normal extension is like this. I'm gonna come up and then twist out a little, so then I could have more focus on this part of my quad. So I'm still gonna do normal extensions. So I'm gonna do 15 reps. I'm only gonna do 10 specifically focusing on this, and then 5 normal per set. And I might do 4 or 5 sets as a good warm up before I do squats, which I'm really not looking forward to. Alright, now I'm gonna do some squats. We have a limited amount of energy left. I'm gonna focus mostly on a wider stance to target more glute. I'll probably just alternate between kind of like what I did with the leg extension, where I did like 15 for my inner and then 5 normal. That's what I'm gonna do, but the opposite. For my 10 wide and 5 normal. And this, for the rest of today and tomorrow, this exercise alone is just gonna fuck up everything, just because it takes so much energy out of you. And I only have a limited amount of energy to work with, so this is shit they never tell you. Like, yeah, you look amazing, you look really cool, but it's a nightmare. It's a constant nightmare. I'm gonna do the adductor with the D. It works your inner thigh, and if you don't know, mine isn't great, but having a really good inner thigh gives a lot of depth to your legs, so it makes your legs look a lot bigger than they really are, just because it kind of gives it, you know what I mean. So it's that and the abductor, the one where you bring your leg out. Those two exercises are really neglected, but they make a huge difference in your leg development. So usually, as a rule of thumb, if you work out those small, kind of unknown, you could say, muscles a lot, which I'm gonna do another one later, it brings out a shit ton of depth to whatever body part it's training. I'm gonna work out this other little muscle that's in your hip. Try to look it up, but I didn't care enough to really look it up. So essentially the exercise is this, right? And this is gonna train that muscle that connects right to your hip bone and your upper quad here. It's just like you're doing knees, but with resistance. And again, like those little exercises that train those little muscle groups. Shit ton of depth in whatever muscle group. You know what I mean. So that's not my usual leg day. It's just once you get closer to the show, it becomes very specific, hitting my weak points that I shouldn't have, because if I hit them well earlier, I wouldn't have them. But you know. So I mean, they're kind of skinny. They're okay. I'm super flat because I'm low carb. I don't know if I mentioned earlier, I mean, I'm only eating 1,600 calories, 125 carbs. That's nothing, dude, it's nothing. But I'm about to do 30 minutes of low intensity cardio and then go home and stare at a wall, because that's how much brain activity I'll have later. So I haven't been uploading because I'm just retarded and I can't do it, which is why I did this training video. So because it's easy, because I just work out. But go buy my stuff. Look, social media. Since the show is so close, pretty much this channel is gonna be exclusively for that competition stuff. And then once I get more calories and go back to normal, then I'll start giving you better content. So I'll see ya.